Hi, I'm Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have my husband here and I wanted you guys to meet him. This is Corey, and today we're going to talk about our 19-year age gap that we have. I am 19 years older than he is, and we are married. We've been married for almost 4 months now, and we've been together for almost 9. We're going to talk today about how we met, and I'm going to let him get started.
Me and Rachel met this past summer. I was coming home from playing basketball and I got a job to kind of save some money over the summer. And first time I ever seen her, it was just remarkable. I was like, hello, who is this? How are you? And after that, it really just took off from there.
Over the summer last year, we were both working for the same company. The first time I saw him is when he brought his paperwork in, his new employee paperwork in. I was working in the office, and I saw him and I was like, wow, what's like that ray of sunshine doing out here in the middle of the woods? Because no offense to the people out here, but it's not often that you see such a beautiful, intelligent looking face like that. But anyway, so I saw him. I thought he was maybe like 26 years old or something. I wasn't really wanting to like hook up with anybody or anything like that.
When I saw her, I thought she was probably about 26, maybe 27. I was like, okay. And then somebody told me she was 40, and I was like, nah, there's no way. So I actually found out that she was 40.
He would come up to the office because he was working outside at the time, and he would come up to the office several times, like throughout the day, and be like, hey, could I get some water? And I was like, I knew that they had water out there in the shop where they were working, so I knew what he was doing. I was like, sure, here you go. So I give him some water.
The boss left someday. He ended up leaving, which I just walked in there and started talking to her. And from there, I invited her to go to a lunch with me one day.
Yeah, so that day, actually, when he came in to talk to me, it was intense. Like, I had never in my life gotten so nervous around a person, much less a man or anybody, when I was talking to them. And he sat down, and what seemed like 5 minutes ended up being like 2 hours. And we were like, oops, you better get back to work. I was sweating so bad. I had like sweat dripping in my armpits. I was like really hoping that he didn't smell it from way over there because I was really so nervous. But the chemistry there was so intense, and we just had like so many things in common. Like our goals were the same, and we were talking about like making passive income. And honestly, I never even had a conversation like that with anyone. And so whenever it just came up, I was just like, man, who is this? And yeah, so he asked me out to lunch sometime, and then it just happened that it was like the next day that my boss left again, and we were like, I went outside and I was like, hey, so my boss left, do you want to go have lunch? And so we went down the street and had lunch.
It was awesome. All she got was fried pickles. That was it.
Yeah, and I wasn't even able to eat like maybe 3 of them. I was so nervous. I honestly couldn't even eat for the first 2 weeks, I think, after meeting him, because it just really threw me off. Like, I wasn't wanting to get into a relationship at all, and I was really scared because when I found out how much younger he was than me, I was like, there's no way this can work, because he's only like 2 years older than my daughter. And I didn't know for sure. I was like, is he just wanting like a summertime fling, like a summertime thing? Because I knew at the end of the summer he was going to be leaving to go play basketball again, because he toured professionally with the basketball entertainment team. And so I was like, yeah, I don't want to be that girl that's just like there for the summer, you know, because I really wasn't even interested. I would just had gotten to a point in my life I was super content and happy with where I was. But yeah, so it's just like the more that we talked, the more that we hung out, the more the chemistry just increased, the more we found out that we had so much in common. All of our goals were in common, like the same. Our mindsets were the same. And it was just really bizarre and kind of frightening, but sweet at the same time.
But we got a lot of different like reactions from different people. My dad didn't really like the idea at all. My mom was very supportive. She's always been very supportive in what I decided to do. But just people, you know, sometimes they, you know, say things, but they don't really say things to your face, because who wants to tango with me? Now I'm playing. But seriously, but not seriously, I never hate anybody. I'm not a violent person.
No, he's not. I've learned too that people mock what they don't understand, and usually when people don't understand something, they'll be really judgmental or critical against it or mock it or whatever. And I just came to a point where I was like, you know what, if my heart is leading this way, and I really felt like a confirmation from God that this was like right for us, because every time that I prayed about it, I experienced this like warm, comforting, like just really comfortable presence, you know, like it was really tangible. That's the same presence that I felt like when I've experienced Jesus. So I was like, yeah, I feel like this is good. This is the right thing. And so I just allowed myself to be vulnerable. I was scared. And I almost let the fear of like the age thing like scare me off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I first checked with my daughter. I was like, you're not gonna freak out, are you? Like, I'm kind of talking to someone, like, he's really, really young, and would you be okay with it? I think that was my number one concern. Otherwise, I was just like, it doesn't matter what other people think. But she's like, it's awkward, but just do what makes you happy.
So we ended up getting married.
The end of story. That's it. It's over.
Everybody was telling me there's plenty of fish in the sea, but I caught me a megalodon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and what really, really struck me about his character too is like when we went swimming, one of the first like dates that we had, we went to the lake, and I was super nervous to be in my swimsuit there, you know, in front of a man, because I just have had like a lot of issues in the past, and I'm going to make a video about all the sexual trauma that I've been healed from, because Jesus is awesome. And I don't know, God just knew what I needed, because like he didn't even check me out like at all, and he kept eye contact with me, and he just like was so incredibly respectful towards me. And I had never met anyone like that, and so I was just like, man, this guy's really awesome. I've just been like super blessed, and I'm so happy, and I feel like the world needs more men like him and your character. We don't think about the age difference at all. It never really comes up. When we were getting to know each other, like it wasn't an issue. Like we weren't thinking about it. It wasn't you know, like a big deal. He was more mature than any like man that I had met my age. So I was like, hey, who's this? So that's how we met. We met at work, and we ended up like getting married 5 months later. And I think that's the best decision that we could have made. And now we're on this journey together, and we both want to off grid and be totally self-sufficient, and that's what we're gonna do. So we hope that you will join us on this journey, and you will subscribe if you like the video. Please hit the thumbs up. Also check out his YouTube channel,
Corey Classic. You can just search me up. I'll be there. Corey Classic. I do basketball entertainment, do tricks and a whole bunch of different things. So
yeah,
check me out.
God has really blessed him with some amazing talent, and I know that's going to take him like super far in life, and we hope to take it all the way to Africa. We have this vision of going to Africa and be missionaries there, and he can teach some kids there some basketball and some tricks. But anyways, subscribe to our channel if you would like to follow us on our journey to becoming self-sufficient.